welcome to a Placino video. Now today is a little different. It is university, which if you've been following the channel, probably haven't, but if you have been, we've been staying consistent on having cohesive conversations about different topics of awareness that most people are just bliss to. Now, you might notice that you're trapped on this video. Hopefully you have the attention span for it. Doesn't matter though, you already clicked it. Thank you for the view. But if you don't want to learn something, you can leave. This is going to be for the kids. It's also going to be for the girls. I feel like y'all have better attention spans and are more understanding. And it's also trying to go global. Worldwide, baby. I've said in one of my past videos that I am the main star, the editor, the director, script writer, all of this just to not get views. It can be a little demotivating, you know, when I just want to spread awareness. I know I should probably do it in a more creative sense, but I have to build that foundation first. It's really one brick at a time. You can't just build a wall. You can't build a house right away. You gotta build one brick at a time. Lay the foundation. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. Now, there's stuff I'm doing outside of the content, which is, you know, looking for an apartment. I'm looking to start school, college that is, or online courses. Trying to sell personal belongings. Trying to sell my vehicle so I can get a new one. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes where I might not always be consistent, and sometimes you might have to go to a sub. But I do try, and I do really think that if I touch the right ears, it will inflict a sense of inspiration to go chase what they've been wanting to chase. Everybody's unique. Some people need different pushes than others. My personal push is competition, and no, not competition with other content creators that I've never met. That's stupid. Competition with myself, to always improve, to always try to say the right things, to bring more energy and more volume behind my voice. You know, it is difficult just talking to a camera. I'm more of a social being, and it might not reciprocate well on here because it doesn't feel like as receptive yet. That's just gonna have to come with it. The more receptive the audience is, the more I can know what is wanted, you know, and not wanted, because I know that YouTube doesn't really have the dislikes anymore. You guys can still dislike with comments, and that's needed. I need the criticism, all of that. I know I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody should think they are. I may not be perfect, but I am evolving every day, working on stuff to get better. Right now I'm trying to focus on my to-do list because it's so easy to get distracted by outside influences and other alternative motives. So I'm just getting locked in, laser focused. It's probably the title of this video, laser focused from here on out. We're gonna be on TikTok, Rumble, here, my gaming channel, a lot of places, and I can't wait to actually start being locked in. That might, you know, end up being the worst idea, but that's why I'm doing it on the side. It's not my main priority, but it's still gonna be a priority. I want to get the right demographic and eyes on me, but you know, the algorithm plays their tricks in their games, and I know they listen to audio before you even post it. It's a weird system, but if it worked with me, I would work with it. I feel very unique and affirmative on my beliefs and my stances on life. So I don't really need affirmation and all the positivity. That's why the hate is needed. I've been feeling alone. I don't think I would feel too alone if people were telling me to, you know, work on my face wash, my skincare, telling me you know, mean stuff. You guys are jerks. It's okay. I was raised a little bit of a jerk myself. When you don't have the best role models, it's easy to be a sponge to negativity because it's so vibrant. I was just lost in the sauce. I had focused too much of my time on girls, popularity in school, that I wasn't chasing this. I was chasing music. I don't even make music anymore. I never even got in the studio, except for one time. That's another thing. I do want to do story times on here. I've talked about that before. I want to talk about basketball. The NBA is about to start up. So if you guys would want to know, you know, more perspectives on the sport and the game within the game, I'm your guy. I'm a layman. You know, I have no experience as a basketball player in the team format besides like pickup games, 5v5s and 3v3s. I'm simply a watcher. I just like how intense and electric it can get, and I know that some players are overrated and some players are very underrated, and I give the right flowers while not taking away from a manhood of like how much a player gets paid. That is nobody's business. Back on track. Main thing is I saw Gideon just retired and turned his life to Christ, and that is amazing. I understand why he would retire, because the content he was making wasn't really in line with God's will, but it was still entertaining, and you could see his positive outlook on life within the videos. So it had its negatives and its positives. For me, I don't need to turn my life around. I feel like I'm already on track to being with Christ. I just need to wash up on cutting up and actually be focused. Being alone for 3 years, you know, still isolating myself. My circle is very tight. I have like 5 friends, my family members, and I have a big family, but I only am talking about my family members, the people I talk to on the daily, and my grandma, my abuelita. I have 2 grandmas, and one's on my Greek side and one's on my Hispanic side. And I'm also the oldest brother of 5 siblings, so a lot of the time I try to be, you know, nurturing and spreading positive influence instead of the negative BS that generation is so used to, because I see my 9-year-old little brother, you know, repeating stuff that he just sees or acting like somebody that I've seen, and it's just lame. It's kind of lame, don't you think? Don't you think that people should have their own unique style and sense of direction? There's so many experiences within life that could pivot your outlook. So why would you want everybody to be similar? That just doesn't make sense, because then they would be lying to themselves. And the system's so corrupt, man. I wish I could just come on here and talk about so much. I'd get shadow banned if I just came on here talking about strictly what I want to talk about, and that's what's been happening. I take it because I've gotten a lot of views on like shorts, but the actual content, I don't get any views. So they want you to push the ignorant, distraction, stuff like that. I'm still not going to fold. I'm just going to improvise. So I know that one of my passions is basketball, NBA, and I know that's what I can talk about like the back of my hand. Be talking about my own experiences in the form of story times also, because I know myself better than nobody else. There's a lot of different stories that I could tell that you might be able to relate to, that you could take away something from. Now at the same time, I'm going to be spreading awareness. This university is a cover-up for spreading awareness to the children, to the youth my age. You know, I'm not a child. That is truly my main message. That's the message that I've been called to share. And I don't know by what. I think it's Metatron, which is an archangel in the Bible that protects the children. Yeah, it's definitely God's will. This is not my plan. It started off my plan, I think, but I wouldn't have had that pivot in thought to get back on track if it wasn't for God. Yeah, it's been Professor Blissino with your daily news. Peace out.